Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
what's up from you? Are you interested in lack of skill? Yeah. Or maybe some suck. I'm just a new guy for the love of game. We gon' go, I know it's bad. Times have changed, but not my mad. Don't you know that games are my thing? Yeah, I know it's getting real late. Come on, look at me. I even do storytelling. Also podcasts on great game subjects. Okay, yeah, I'm not a Markiplier or a PewDiePie. But hey, that's what makes me so unique, right? 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 Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the NIKO Show.
Is to go even further beyond.
I am your host, NikoTheLegend, also known as the well-mannered teenager, the snowflake, the rambling idiot, and Vigil. Good morning. It's early as hell. Well, for me, actually, it's 8:55 right now, so probably anybody who watched this, it's not so early. But I decided to do it this early because I'm crazy. Also, I kind of wanted to get it out of the way. See, that's how much love and affection I show for you guys. Is there delayed audio? No. Oh, there is. You are not wrong at all, and I thought I fixed that. You see what happens? You check everything as soon as you get out of bed, and it still doesn't matter. But anyway, appreciate the artist, man. Hello, welcome everybody. Just another round of applause. This is another special take on the NIKO Show podcast because thanks to you guys and myself, of course, I got to toot my own horn sometime. Aha, while drinking cat piss this morning. That's all I've been drinking. Some of you are probably going to believe me on that one. But it is something to celebrate nonetheless. And we are at the 900 subscriber milestone. So let's give everybody a round of applause. Thank you so much, says kind gents. Thank you very much. You are the one that helped me to get to this goal. Now, I understand. 900 subscribers on YouTube, it's like, still kind of bottom of the barrel. But I shouldn't count my victories out like that. I shouldn't belittle myself. But if we're looking at the grand scheme of things, still have a long ways to go. And that's okay. It's so okay that I'm going to put my channel on the backdrop now. So everybody can see it, because that's how conceited I am. Ta-da! Plus, I'm just so bright, and I got some green screen sprinkles on me and stuff, but that's okay. We're not perfect here. And who uses the light theme on YouTube? I sure as hell don't, but just for lighting purposes, we'll use it this time around. But yeah, we made it to the 900 subscriber milestone, and I can't tell you how long it's taken me to get to here. Like, seriously, it sounds crazy because usually people can blow right past this or their favorite porn star, and it's like they think nothing of it. I feel, to me, honestly, I feel like my growth on my channel is like the most humanistic or most steady, I don't even know, slow burn growth I've ever dealt with. And I don't know if that makes any sense. I guess if you guys, if you don't have your own YouTube channel or whatever, with anything that in regards to subscriber count, you can't really know where I'm coming from. But trust me, it's been a climb. It has been a big climb, a steep climb, and it has not been easy. Even it's like, the higher you go in your sub numbers, the easier it should be to keep getting subscribers. And it has been getting a little easier day by day. Every milestone that we get across, the pain and the burden gets a little bit, more and more lifted each time. But it still takes a long ass time to do it. It still takes a long time. But I'm not even trying to be like negative or anything. But appreciate you guys being here. Sanely Red, Ours Matt, Aaron Yogurt. How are you guys doing? We are streaming this on the Twitch and YouTube. So if you haven't already, check those platforms out. The other links to everything Nico related will be down below. So we're kind of just, this is our third time doing a subscriber special on the Nico show. And it's pretty much going to be the same format as before, okay? So we've done this with 700, we've done it 800, now we're on 900. And what we do on here, we kind of just hang out. We just talk about whatever. We just, if you've been to my Mass Effect streams, they're kind of like the same format here, except Mass Effect, there are times where I'll come up with a topic to discuss, or I'll go off an article or something like that, like what we did yesterday. If you guys were there, appreciate it. If not, check that video out. But this time around, we're just chilling. We're just having a good time. Grab some tea, coffee. Your wife, have her give you a hand job or a blow job while you're watching me. Hey, this is the perfect time to just multitask. Put me in the background. I don't care. It's perfect time. And also, if you got kids around, this is not a kids show indeed, because I have a potty mouth. Look at me. I'm so edgelordy. My potty mouth.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Fuck! Get this guy off me!
No, don't get me off you. What? And banned. So, yeah, we're just here to have fun. That's pretty much it. So if you guys want to talk about anything, feel free to talk about anything. I'm going to do my best to just fill in the empty void, such as my heart and the silence that is golden. And there's no like specific length on how long these go. Last time I did this, the 800 subscriber content, we went for about almost 2 hours, which was awesome and great. And usually with the Nico show format, if you haven't heard or watched any of the episodes, which you can check me out on YouTube, and you'll see this stuff on Spotify. We're on Spotify, so please, whenever you see the links in the description below, check out the Spotify Nico, follow on that. And anyway, we go through with like what I call like the introduction segment, which is just we talk about what's going on with me in real life, so on and so forth. And then next we talk about what games I'm playing at the current moment in time. And then we dive into the subject at hand. But like I said, this is the more free verse version of that. So it's kind of just like a mixed bag of, I don't know, your favorite potato chip. Wait, no. What was that? The suicide thing when you go to like a soda dispenser, and you get all the drinks combined and it turns into, I don't even know, like brown acidic liquid, which is what my shit turns into afterwards. But you just mix up your favorite drinks together, and you just, bottoms up, right? So bottoms up, everybody. Welcome, appreciate it. So I don't even usually do these specials this early. Like, this is early for me, but I wanted to get it out of the way. I want to celebrate, but goddamn, like, come on, guys. Like, you're really taking my time up. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I also like to do some of these things bright and early. It's like kind of, I don't know, it's a good way to start the day, let's just say. You get the creative juices flowing, you start talking, get the wheels turning. It started off with some positive energy, I guess you want to call it, if you want to be a hippie about it. If I want to be a hippie about it. So, had a call from a company about a job comp. I might be getting an apprenticeship. You know what? I need to call it that, an apprenticeship. GG, by the way, ours, man. I need to call an apprenticeship. Sounds so great, and that's a very like medieval term. And I'm not insulting it in any way. Like, that's really cool. I want to start using that, and I like the medieval talk. It's pretty awesome. I also like using the Iron Maiden on my butt crack. So let's get the boring stuff out of the way, shall we? And before we get into this, guys, remember I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. I got my own Discord server. Feel free to join. You'll see the links just flowing through on and on. Nightbot's doing his thing on Twitch. And then we're also on Spotify. So the NIKO Show specifically, Spotify and YouTube. Well, also I'm on lipsync.com, which is like the main platform where I post my podcast. Spotify is actually the third party, believe it or not. And yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get that stuff squared away to where I post something on lipsync.com and you have to link it to the Spotify account, which isn't as easy as you think. I can't. You have to like get this specific code, and it's apparently a pain in the ass to just find. I don't know. It was a little bit of a process because it was the first time me looking for that specific code. I don't know. But we got it working. But. So anyway, guys, what is going on with NikoTheLegend? What's happening to him in real life? Well, it's nothing too exciting besides what we're doing right now. Heck yeah. But I'm still looking for a second job. You know, it's been still pretty hectic ever since COVID hit. I hate to keep bringing that schlock excuse up, but it has been pretty troublesome here in the States. Unemployment is pretty high right now, and I'm sure you guys can understand that. I mean, just all over the world, I'm sure unemployment's just shite. So, you know, I've had a couple of interviews, still waiting on responses from that. Again, applying all these different jobs, you know, the whole, like, boring, tedious process of doing that. And, you know, it's like you can ask the question, why do I need a second job? Well, my first job is a personal trainer. And the business is not booming at the gym, and you know, it's not a steady base income, and I'm not making as much as I should, right? So I need something with a steady base income, and I'm just kind of applying to jobs that are related to maybe in the fitness field or anything that catches my eye, which isn't very much because it's all front desk positions that pay absolute garbage. And I'm not fucking do that. Also, I've had people, which I appreciate anybody who suggests that, not talking down on you, the restaurant business, and let me tell you guys, the restaurant business I've done before, way back in the day when I was a kid. Still am a kid, but you know, 31, I guess I'm still a kid. But this is when I was 15 or 16. I did the dishwashing job. Only for a month though, so it doesn't really count. I never waited on tables or did any of that other stuff. But I don't have the personality to do it, so I'm not going to force myself to be in a position where I'm not going to have a good time. And it's like, oh, but you can get tips and make some mad money. But it's not steady base income. I need a boring steady base income job to be guaranteed to get this pay. I don't want it to fluctuate. I don't want one day I get, I don't know, $300 getting on tips. And then the next day I get like $2 tip. You know, I don't want that. That's just too much of a gamble. And plus, I'm a guy. I don't think, I hate to say it, but I don't think guys make as much tips as women do in the restaurant business, okay? I'm just saying, all right? There's a reason why Hooters exists. Hey, NIKO, why'd you make it all about this race and sex thing? It's not even a race thing. My nose has its own race. It's so big. Don't look at it. Don't look at it, guys. But because it's true about the whole sex thing, okay? I bet you anything. If I wanted to look up the meta-analysis and not talk out of my ass, I bet you anything women do get paid more in tips than men do at a restaurant. Anyway, it's just not my thing. It's not my thing. I'm not even being too picky with the jobs I apply for. But I'm 31 years old. I have a useless bachelor's degree in psychology. I got certification in personal training. I want a decent, steady paid job, like $15 an hour for fuck's sake. I mean, that's not even that much considering everything I've accomplished in life. I don't want a $10 job. It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help, you know? It's just, I'm just making crap and wasting my time. And look, it's better than nothing. I get that. But, you know, when there's no room to grow at that job, when it's just that always $10 an hour, I like to take my talents elsewhere. But hey, look, we're almost to 1,000 subs on YouTube. Hey, Lorenzo, what's up, dude? Welcome to the 900 subscriber special. How are you? we're doing some edgy content. We're doing some Niko life stuff right now. Appreciate you stopping by, bud. You like how my channel title is cut off? That's because it's not important. But you guys are important because you're here bright and early. I don't usually do these videos this bright and early, so I appreciate it. But anyway, you guys you gathered an idea of where I'm coming from with job stuff. It's boring, you know. So still playing drums, still playing music, piano, drums, still writing the NikoTheLegend novel, or well, revising the third draft pretty much. Hope to publish that either this year or next year. All depends on the money situation, guys. Like I said, I'm just trying to land on my 2 feet right now. This isn't asking for pity or anything, but you know, this is how it goes. What else? I don't know. Yeah, just pretty much just doing what I've been doing. What you guys have seen me doing, YouTube stuff, Twitch stuff, you know. Which, speaking of YouTube stuff, I got some big news that involved the NIKO show and the NikoTheLegend channel. So I'll try to remember that after I do, like, actually, we'll just cut to it. We'll just cut to it. So nothing really too exciting happening for me besides this great subscriber special going on. You know, YouTube's doing okay for me. Now, give us more origin story of NikoTheLegend, please. Well, okay, I will after that speak, because we're on the topic of the NikoTheLegend. So, before we get into the origin story, let me tell you something. The next NIKO Show podcast is a big one, folks, because I snagged another interview with the great Mikkel. So, that's right, his name is Mikkel, and if you don't know who that is, he is a fantastic lo-fi artist, composer, artist that does, as I just said, lo-fi music. If you don't know what lo-fi is, it's low-frequency hip-hop type beat music. It's all instrumental, okay? It's really good stuff for relaxation, studying, and falling asleep to. So he does a lot of lo-fi music and lo-fi cover music for video games and stuff. The guy is a genius with his craft. So, and he's really popular in the lo-fi, like, video game indie music scene. And we got an interview with him, and that's going to be happening next week. You guys will see that video posted or premiered on the YouTube channel. I'm super excited about that because, as you all know, we've had some big interviews recently on the channel and with the NIKO Show format. We've had the great Victoria Hofferson and the great John Paul Hayward. Got a cosplayer and a composer. Good times. These guys so far have been just fantastic on the show. So we got that coming next week with Mikkel. It's going to be great. Can't wait for that. And I want to get more interviews with these people, these artists, these people that have done great things for me. And for themselves and what they've done in, like, the artist industry, if you want to call it that, if you want to give it a title. You know, I want to bring them on the channel. It helps with the credibility of my channel and the reputation. It's like, you know, that word of mouth, that networking. We really need that on the NikoTheLegend channel for sure, because you never know. One of these guys can know these big timers in these industries or the YouTube or music realm, you know, and they could want to talk to me or something, or want to interview me, and then it just kind of grows into something greater. You know, word of mouth goes a long way. So tell your friends, you know, people that interview, you know, I just like to get to know these people too and where they're coming from. It's just really fun to hear their origin story, you know, and why they do the things they do. So that's for the next week's podcast episode. Super excited. I hope you guys check that out. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to meet this person and have a great, just down-to-earth discussion or doing an interview. I come up with all kinds of stuff to ask them about. It's a lot of fun. I've gotten pretty good at it, actually. So I think. Now, future plans for the NikoTheLegend channel. I know this sounds over the top because I talk about this every time I hit a new 100 subscriber milestone, which the 100 subscriber milestone is going to stop when I get to 1,000, because I think I'm going to do like 1,500 and then, you know, go by 500s at that point to 2,000. Or who knows, maybe I'll go by thousands, depending on the rate of the channel's growth, honestly. So I was thinking when we get to 1,000 subscribers on the NikoTheLegend channel, I'm going to take a break. I feel like I owe it to myself and to you guys to like give that space, give you a break from NikoTheLegend, because there's only so much you can take of me, because I do feel like I annoy people and irk people, and I'm a little bit obnoxious, and give myself a break as well, because you guys have seen how much time and how many videos I put on my channel, and I feel like it's finally time to give myself at least a month break from doing the NikoTheLegend. I say a month, but it could be a week, it could be 2 months, but there will be a break nonetheless. And YouTubers and just people on those whatever platforms, social media or streaming platforms, people do it all the time due to life things going on, or they just want to step away and just get some fresh air. And you need that. And I feel like when you have those big triumphant returns or comebacks, people really appreciate it. They get all excited again, and it's kind of like a refresh. You're restarting your computer. That's kind of what we're doing when we get to 1,000. So it'll still be a little while. If I somehow reach that goal within the month of May, I will be ecstatic, because it will happen during the time where I stream the Mass Effect Legendary Edition playthrough through pretty much until we beat all 3 games. I'm gonna do my best on beating all 3 games. It's gonna be kind of like a race. It's either gonna be I get to 1,000 subs and I take a break, or I get to beating all 3 Mass Effect Legendary Edition games, and then that's it. Who knows? And then the break will happen. So only time will tell. But I'm super excited about that. That is also future plans for the NikoTheLegend and Twitch channel, and I hope to see you guys there. You guys have convinced me and motivated me to do those playthroughs, and it's gonna be great. I have some special videos to do, some Mass Effect streams before. I plan on doing the night before Mass Effect Legendary Edition stream, which is supposed to be like a spoof of I guess the Nightmare Before Christmas. I guess we'll call it the Nightmare Before Mass Effect Legendary Edition or something. Just try to make it something clever. I'm gonna want to do a collab stream on that. I'm gonna try to get Alpha, Rated, and Saint on that hype train, and we're just gonna be talking about that, everything Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Pretty much all of us splurging on each other and just jerking each other off. Like, oh my god, Mass Effect Legendary Edition here. It's gonna be kind of like that. It's one giant circle jerk. So if you guys want to see that and pizza time it with us, that's gonna be pretty hype. I might do another hype stream, maybe like a week before that. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like a recap or a recollect of everything, and then once we get to the collab, the Nightmare Before Mass Effect Legendary Edition, we're just gonna be hanging out and just talking about everything Mass Effect again or whatever. Just who knows? But it'll be fun. It'll be a fun hangout thing. So I hope to see you guys there. So I'm trying to think of anything else format-wise besides the break and doing the Mass Effect streams next month. Nothing's really changing too much on the channel. We're still going to be doing the NIKO Show podcast, the news or informative videos, that you've been seeing. If somehow I get enough people wanting to be like, hey, NIKO, why don't you do Let's Plays again and post it on your channel or something? I'm like, okay, maybe I will do that again. And NIKO, why don't you try this on your channel? If we get enough people that want me to do a certain thing, I'll consider it, and then we'll go from there. But right now, it's just the 2 things. It's just informative stuff and the NIKO Show podcast. I just try to keep it plain and simple. I try not to do so much of a mixed bag. And I think you guys are enjoying that too, which I appreciate. So if you're just seeing NikoTheLegend for the first time right now, check out those other videos. I appreciate that. And I got a sneeze coming. I didn't just dab, trust me. It looked like I dabbed. I swear I'm not dabbing.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Oh man. Well, early morning allergies is great here in Florida. The pollen count it's always through the fucking roof. It's ridiculous. So, I think we got all the mumbo jumbo stuff out of the way. You see how long this has taken? It takes a little bit because, this is a little bit more of a slower paced format. So, Rest in Pepperoni, thank you, and welcome everybody. I appreciate it. How are you guys doing? It means a lot that you guys are here. Should I turn the... Yeah, I guess... Yeah, I'll keep the restream on there. So, welcome. Oh, crap. Don't play that. Okay. So, more of an origin story of Niko the Legend. Are you talking about, like the brand name? Or just me personally? Aaron, let me know. Because we've actually done an origin story of... I've done a Niko Show podcast that talks about my book, Niko the Legend. And then I believe I have... I think the 700 subscriber special does have that origin story. I don't mind doing it again, considering, that was then and this is now. It's just an easy recap. But depending on how specific or what you mean by Niko the Legend, it's like the person or the brand or the name, something. I'm just confusing myself here. So, like I said before, guys, we're just here to have a good time. We're just talking all about the great things in the world. Let me know. Let's talk about video games, movies, music, people. I don't fucking know anything really, as long as we keep it on an honorable level or scale. We're not here to make any enemies or friends. So fuck you. No, just kidding. We're just talking here. We're just talking, hanging out. If I was a Chad, I'd be drinking beer right now, but I don't ever drink beer as my first calorie intake. It's just water, and then I work out, I go to the gym, and then I go home and have my first meal. So, sounds kind of boring, but it really isn't. I've trained myself to where I can work out while fasting. I've read I guess we'll talk about exercise for a second real quick, because I've already dabbling. I've read an article that was like, oh, what's, in this like fitness magazine that I used to get all the time from, they're from the certification company that I went with to get my personal trainer certification, right? So they would send me magazines and stuff, and they have a bunch of like different research and articles and, stuff like that. One of them was talking about, hey, is it I'm trying to remember. It has something to do with, do you get better results or better output, like force output in the gym, or something about better energy if you work out while fasted or getting your breakfast in and then going to work out, something like that. And so basically it was, in the end, it was, it got these two, these two sample sizes. And then it's like, okay, this one's working out while not, have not eaten breakfast or is working out fasted, and then you got this group who has eaten breakfast and is working out. Basically, in the end, it was like, the people that ate breakfast had more of an output, an energy output, or something. Like, it was because these people were like. I think what happened is that the people that ate the breakfast had been just eating breakfast already, and then all of a sudden, like, the people that weren't eating breakfast just went cold turkey on not eating it, of course. So yeah, of course you're not going to have as much energy because your body's not used to working out while fasted. Of course the output is going to be not as good. But if you flip the script, if you role reverse, if you went, what I do is train myself, get used to the habit of working out while fasted, right? Where you have better hunger control and you utilize more of the energy out of your body instead of what you've eaten in the morning, and you're pretty much utilizing the energy of what you eaten the night before, your force output is going to be great either way, okay? And then if I decided to start eating first meals and then going to work out, it's not going to go well for me. I'll be sluggish. My body won't be used to that type of scheduling, and going to work out. I'll have not as good performance. as somebody else who's already been trained, well, fasted and working out. See, so if you just role reverse, anyway, I just thought that was like, this is a stupid article. That's my conclusion here. I'm like, you could easily just swap places and do the same process and it'd be the same. So, yeah, that's a little fitness thing there for you. I actually used to do fitness streams. I think I'd done a couple on the NIKO show talking about fitness. That was a lot of fun. I would just read through the articles in the magazines and have people talk to me, kind of get some like basic bitch information out of me, you know. All the really technical stuff, you know, that's the stuff you have to research and I would have to remember. But like the basics and stuff when it comes to fitness, it's really not too it's easy to explain. It's not complicated. So hey, if you guys ever want to talk to me about fitness, let me know in the DMs, you know. Check out, you know, join the Discord and do a private chat with me. You don't have to do it on here because it's nobody's fucking business about your personal fitness life or fitness strife. So, since Aaron hasn't responded yet, any thoughts on bulletproof coffee, butter, and MCT oil? Bulletproof coffee. That's a brand, isn't it? Bulletproof coffee? That sounds really familiar. Yeah, it is. It is a brand. What about bulletproof vest? Oh, it's keto coffee. Okay, see, I'm not in the now because I don't really browse too much of this crap. But see, we're doing this together. So, guys, let's talk about keto coffee. Let's see. Bulletproof coffee, this is the Google response, okay? Is a high-fat coffee drink intended as a breakfast replacement. It's popular among people who follow a ketogenic diet. While it's filling and energy boosting, it comes with several potential downsides, including a reduced overall nutrient intake, increased cholesterol, and high levels of saturated fat. Well, from what I've gathered, now you guys tell me from personal experience, you know, we go with anecdotes here and empirical evidence. From what I'm gathering here, if it's a high-fat coffee drink, I don't think it's a good idea to have it all the time. I'm kind of getting like the equivalent of like having avocado, you know, and sweet potato, because those are high in fat and carbs. But it's not bad to have like maybe like a little bit, like once or every other day, you know, and because you need high fats, but in small quantities, or like, you know, just having one avocado can be okay for like the next 3 days. You know what I'm saying? If you're having high fat stuff all the time, from what I'm reading, it's if it's lacking nutritional intake and it's increasing that cholesterol, kind of like what eggs do, although eggs I'm sure aren't as bad as bulletproof coffee and saturated fat. Yeah, you might want to ease up. It's not a bad bro drink. That sounds like something you would drink if you're bodybuilding. Honestly, if it's something in high fat and it's supposed to be like a breakfast replacement. And because usually keto stuff is like low caloric stuff. I get it, like low carbs or low calorie stuff. But that's when people get into keto though. Here's the thing, guys. Don't ever expect that any of this stuff that you do for your diets and stuff to be like the magical drink to cure everything, to help you get the goals you need. It's not as easy as you think. It's not a 1, 2, 3 thing or a flip of a switch. Now, this stuff takes time. It takes practice. It takes a lot of methodology involved. And a lot of people, not to change the subject, but just talking about keto diet in general, I've heard it countless times from my clients or just in passing that keto diet, when people go on it, they're inexperienced, okay? They just automatically go do the keto diet. Don't do that, okay? Because a lot of the times these people feel like utter shit and their body is suffering, okay? Don't suffer. Don't ever suffer when you're doing this. type of stuff. Okay, if it's with diet and everything else. If you're eating healthy, you could suffer from eating healthy because you get obsessed with that. Don't get obsessed with this stuff. Okay, if you have like this high fat drink once in a while, I got the AC fan coming on. I might have to turn it off 1 second real quick. Okay, sorry about that. I come back and I'm not even the same person. I'm wearing a wig or something and got like tassel nipples. Ugh, gross. So, yeah, if we're talking about keto diet in general, okay, don't just go straight into it. If you're a person who knows, who's done the research, who understands what it takes to go into these diets or new health regimens, you got to know your shit. You got to know your stuff. You take your time. Don't just jump from ship to ship. Just slowly, gradually get into it. If you're worried about high carbs, look, carbs are a source of energy. You need that in your body. I get too much is a bad thing, but also too low, too little of it is a bad thing, okay? You got to find a good balance. So how do you do that? You got to do the annoying process of counting macros. And counting macros is all subjective and based on who you are, how much you weigh, what your goals are, and all that. I can't give you specific numbers, but of course, guidelines are simple here. You can find that stuff all over the internet. I don't remember the exact numbers. It's been a little bit. Shows how much I know. But I've never even heard of bulletproof coffee, going back to that. But yeah, it sounds like something you shouldn't have all the time. I think you should have it once in a while. And, especially after, working out and stuff and your body really craving it, I think that'd be a lot better too. That way you can kind of help with the protein and then the fat levels and stuff. But yeah, anything with too much of anything is honestly a bad thing. And here's the thing. And here's the thing, guys. Why don't you just have a protein shake? Protein shakes, look, if you're a caffeine addict, that sounds like a personal problem, okay? But if we're talking about strictly things to replace foods, like breakfast, look, I know a protein shake isn't too exciting, but if you're looking for replacements, a protein shake will do it. It's got everything you need in it. Depending, like if you're like me, I'll put bananas, protein powder. I'll put ice cream. I'll put frozen fruit in there. I'll put powdered peanut butter. And that's it. And that gives me everything I need. It gives me the fats. It gives me the carbs. It gives me the sugar intake. It gives me the protein. And all that stuff is in moderate. This stream is too early. It's all done in a healthy balance. Let's just say that, So, try that. If you haven't tried the protein shake thing, if you have and you're kind of bored of that and you're just like really, like to me the bulletproof coffee, I don't know. It's too good to be. It sounds too good to be true. Honestly. And I get if you're really short on time and maybe this coffee thing is easy, but make it a protein shake. It doesn't take that long either. Plus, I can just see the protein shake just being more flavorful than coffee. And I hate drinking coffee. That's just me. I don't drink coffee. I'm a tea guy. But is there protein tea out there? That'd be kind of cool. But, too much protein is a bad thing as well. But so that's interesting. I don't let the bulletproof coffee be your only source of like nutritional intake, especially when I just read that it doesn't have much nutritional stuff and a lot of it's got some bad stuff in it. I mean, so doesn't everything in large quantities, but that's why you just gotta just ease on in and balance it on out. As long as it is only the coffee, it works. Yeah. Fasting is easier than keto. Honestly, I had a hard time staying on keto for long. Not eating is easier. Yeah. Look, the IF, the fasting, intermittent fasting. God, I always fuck up that word. It's also hard to get into too. This is great. We're talking about fitness. See, like I said, we can talk about anything here. We're just hanging out here. If anybody's listening to this or watching this now, it's okay. Like, this is fine. The format's not always like this where it's free verse. So don't worry. Like, this, we're just having fun here. So any try-hard listeners out there of the NIKO Show, if that does exist, ease up, okay? Just chill. Have some bulletproof coffee. So intermittent fasting, it is hard to get into at first. I've tried many of times to help people do it, and they can't do it because they just. It's like a whole scheduling thing. I agree. You know, there are people that work, but there's a way to do it. Like if you're working throughout the night, then fast when you're sleeping during the day, right? And just figure out your eating windows and all that there, and just flip it if you're working throughout the day and you sleep at night. Like, there's a way to make it work, okay? You just got to be smart about it. So with the IF, with the intermittent fasting, it didn't take me long to get used to it. To control my all it is just hunger control, and it's pretty much setting boundaries for yourself. You have eating windows, pretty much only one eating window a day. For me, it's like 6 to 8 hours. That's my eating window. I try to stop eating around 5 to 6 o'clock every day, and I start eating maybe like 10 or 11, sometimes even 12. But I always try to stop at like 5 or 6 o'clock. Sure, if it's 9 hours, I go a little bit. If I go a little bit past it, that's fine. As long as majority rules here. Some people go without eating for like 12 hours or 24 hours or some crazy shit. It depends. But it's not easy. Like I said, you gotta go bit by bit. If you're a person who, let's just say, stops eating at around 9 o'clock and your body's just so used to it, right? Then you gotta take baby steps. Try stop eating at 8 o'clock. Don't even worry about when you start eating. Just try stopping. That's the hard part is stopping. And it's just like, well, NIKO, what do I do? Like, my stomach is just grumbling and I get so hungry. I get the cravings. Drink water. that's what I did. You got to find that replacement to kind of trick your body into thinking it's getting what it needs. All it is just remembering the times it has eaten around that. And that's it, you know. Your body's going to be like, oh, I'm so hungry. Well, guess what? Your body is a walking temple of nutrition. It's going to just take all the other shit that you ate earlier that day or the day before, whatever. It's going to get its fats and proteins and energies from that. That's just how the body works. It goes into emergency mode all of a sudden. And you're like, ah. But seriously, with me, it only took about a couple days to get my body adjusted to not eating at a certain time and to stop eating at a certain time. Because trust me, I used to be a fat fuck when I ate. You know, I weighed like in the 160s now. This is when I was in the 190s, I think. This is when I was my most strongest in the gym in my early 20s and stuff. I was just eating all kinds of garbage, man. It was just all you can eat for NIKO, pretty much. Anything was on the table, I just eat it. And I wasn't even fat. I was just bulky, but it just wasn't me. Wasn't a me thing to do anymore. Because I would just eat. I would get the fourth meal cravings because I would stay up till 5 in the morning. I would stay up till 5 in the morning and wake up at 12. And I would go work out, go to school, then come home and play video games and stuff. This is when I wasn't really having too much of any type of hobby. Well, I was playing drums around that time, but it wasn't enough, trust me. I was eating ice cream at 3 in the morning, eating Cheez-Its, like all this snack food crap. And it's just like, what did I do to control that? Well, I didn't go complete cold turkey on the fourth night stuff. I actually just replaced it with something healthier, like yogurt and granola and fruit, to kind of just like, oh, good. This is like the healthy sugar stuff, the natural sugars, helping my body out to adjust. And then I decided to not eat around that time anymore. And then, from what we talked about before, I just started replacing everything around that time with water. I'm telling you, the more you drink water, and the more your body will be it's a great substitute, anything like no calorie, especially at night. Just chug the water. If you have tea, if that has no calories or super low calorie, that's fine as well. It's okay to have really low calorie stuff. You won't really break your fast that way, because it's not much to go off of, especially when it's a liquid, low calorie liquid, snake. But trust me, it's helped me so much controlling hunger pains and stuff. Nowadays, like, I don't get hangry anymore. I used to get so hangry. That's how you know if you're doing it right, if you don't get hangry anymore. I don't get hangry, but my body still obviously recognizes when I don't have enough sugar. I got low blood sugar, just low energy all around. I like, my body knows when it's actually still time to eat. But I don't get the hangry. I don't get like the big old cravings as much as I used to. Sometimes I get a little bit. Depends on what I have for dinner. If I have a protein shake for dinner, my body is like getting those cravings by the end of the night. And I'm like, fuck, what have I done? And sometimes I betray myself and I do have a little bit of something. But that's once in a while. I'm at that point where I know all this stuff by heart, where I was like, yeah, it's okay. I did this. I worked out. I had this to eat today. You kind of just jumble it all together and you do all the math and stuff. It's a grueling process, but it's definitely worth knowing and doing. So going back to what Aaron says, like, yeah, keto. I've seen people suffer more on keto than the fasting, honestly. And fasting is it's been a thing in history for so long, a historical thing. I mean, look at all the monks the Tibetan monks that fast for days on end and they meditate the entire time and stuff, or just anybody. Fasting it's a religious thing to do, especially in Christianity and stuff. Not to go on this road so much, but I used to when I used to go to church, I used to fast the night before and throughout the entire and to the next day and throughout the entire church session, and to relate with Jesus, who fasted and didn't eat for a long time, stuff like that. It's very it's a common practice. Keto is very new. And I think that, I don't know either if people are just not doing the research enough, they're not establishing proper procedure on how to dabble into these new keto diets, because they suffer big time from it, or it's just a crock of shit. That's the thing, guys. Anytime there's a name attached in front of it, I get very sus about it, like the Atkins diet. Oh my God, fuck that. Here's this Atkins diet. Eat these TV dinners that all it is just starch, right? But it's a part of the Atkins diet. Or like those Weight Watcher stuff. They have like Weight Watcher TV dinners and stuff. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, this isn't helping anyone. This is just giving you fucking sodium, maximum sodium count. Oh, but it's got the 2 points. It's okay. I'm like, you're joking me, right? So you're saying if I eat like 20 TV dinners and it goes with the Weight Watchers goal limit with the point system, I'll get big and strong and lose weight? Yeah, fuck that. That shit is crap. I intermediate fast every day and make my own bulletproof coffee, but yeah, I should cut back on drinking everything. Yeah, just think about it, guys. Like, doing too much of fasting is a bad thing. Doing too much of keto or dieting, or eating too much of this or eating not enough of this. It's just all a balancing act. That's really the difficult part people have. Just enjoy it. Pretty much. Don't suffer. Don't get so obsessed with it. It's okay if you eat a fattening food once in a while. It's okay if you eat at McDonald's once a blue moon. It's not a big fucking deal. It's okay if you break your fast rules. It's not gonna kill you. Your training is still there. You're still suffering when you're fasting. Your body's thinking it is. But like, just don't lose sleep over it. As soon as you start losing sleep over it due to bad dieting or nutritional advice, or you're working out too hard, not getting enough rest, If your sleep suffers from it, that's how you know you're doing it wrong. I don't know. Ours Matt says, I don't know, I keep the low caffeine energy drinks. And that's fine. You know, low caffeine, it's like you just got to be weary of the caffeine energy drinks. If you're reading stuff in the nutritional info, the nutritional facts section, or the ingredients, and you can't pronounce half the shit it says, then yeah, you probably want to ease up on that too, and just drink it once in a while or something, you know? But there's always substitutes to, you know, if energy is a thing that you suffer with, there's always substitutes besides having energy drinks or coffee or sometimes tea. You know, tea's not too bad. They got caffeine in tea, you know. Like I said, make a protein shake because, you know, at least you're getting the natural ingredients. Natural as natural can be, you know, with the fruits, the protein powder and stuff, like, you know. Or just have a nice first meal, you know, just throw some greens, throw some meat, throw some, I don't know, get all the nutritional stuff. And this is stuff that you fucking know already. This isn't rocket science. You know, your doctors, your parents, your teachers have been telling you this shit since you were a kid. You know, eat your peas, eat your veggies, diet and exercise. Yeah, it's just, I think the fact that it's been hammered so much in our fucking brains is that we kind of got sick of it and just wanted to rebel against that, kind of, you know, psychologically or subconsciously. It's in the back of our mind, like, no, don't eat the broccoli. But hey, there's ways to make broccoli eating not so bad. Now, this is something I used to do to myself. Pain Olympics. No, just kidding. Oh man, I used to go the brown rice, chicken, and broccoli route. Oh my god. Let me tell you, folks, I've never suffered so hard eating the most plainest, disgusting food ever. And, like, I know there are ways to make chicken taste good and you can put stuff on it, but brown rice and broccoli with oh, God, dude. I hate brown rice with a passion. Rast the broccoli. Brown rice is literally dog shit to me. Roast the broccoli. Yeah, there's ways to do it. It's good. I mean, you could sprinkle stuff on the broccoli too, or put some condiments if you so choose to, you know, like ketchup or mustard or whatever, you know. It's boiled broccoli is just disgusting. But yeah, I was doing the brown rice thing for a while, and it was just nasty. No flavor in brown rice at all. I just haven't touched it in a long time, and I don't ever plan on doing it. Actually, the only time I get brown rice, and it's because it's just mixed so well and I barely taste it, and it actually tastes pretty good, is at Chipotle. Whether you believe it's healthy brown rice or not, I don't fucking care when I'm at Chipotle, okay? Like, I'm there after a workout, I'm fucking hungry, I want some Chipotle, goddammit. And I'm the motherfucker that gets pretty much everything on the Chipotle. I get double chicken or double steak. I get the grilled onions and peppers and onions. I get, you know, the brown rice, the black beans. I get the guac, the cheese. I get 2 different types of salsa, the spinach, or the romaine lettuce, the sour cream. Like, I get almost everything. And they have to double wrap that shit. My burrito is just like, it's definitely over 100 grams of carbs, so I'm always careful when I'm eating Chipotle burritos, but that shit is just delish. And I do feel bad when they have to wrap it, but hey, you know what? This is good life skills. You know, if you ever, it's good, like, practicing, like, hand job skills, you know, for your future husband or girlfriend or something, you know. Your future girlfriend might have a dick, you just don't know it. But, Arsmet says, I gotta still try breakfast taco. I heard it was delish. Breakfast taco? Is that a Chipotle? Do they have a Chipotle where you are, Arsmet? You made it sound like it was like an actual, like, food item. Breakfast Taco Bell? I've had that before. sounded like a big smoke order. Oh my god, dude! I'm telling you, it's like if we're talking about my burrito escapades. Oh my god, dude! It is a hefty thing, and that all goes in my stomach in one sitting. Like I eat it all. It's so good. But like when the girls are like, in their tiny hands are trying to wrap the double wrap the burrito. I'm like, yeah, you double wrap that burrito, you little skink. What? Who? Just kidding, guys. But it is entertaining to watch, though. Some people get it on their first try. Oh, my student years are still improvise, adapt, overcome. Are we talking about breakfast taco? Arsman, what are you talking about right now? Saul is the truth. Welcome. Hey, welcome everybody. Oh, okay. Welcome. This is the NikoTheLegend 900 subscriber special. We're just hanging out, having a good time here, just chilling. Appreciate you guys being here. Means a lot. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, NikoTheLegend. Shameless plug time. If you haven't already subscribed to NikoTheLegend, subscribe to NikoTheLegend on Twitch, YouTube. Check me out on I was about to say Instagram, but don't. Instagram's not important. Twitter, Discord, and I'm also on Spotify with the Niko Show. Appreciate it. Check me out. You guys have helped me got to this. Oh, just overall? But hold on, Arsman. We're still on the topic of breakfast taco. Where did breakfast taco come from? I think some people want to know a bit more about that. I want to know about that. I'm curious. You brought it up for a reason, so I want to know some in-depth breakfast taco lore. That's too funny. That is too funny. Oh no, now it's showing that I'm live. Oh, and I'll remind you guys next week, got a special Niko Show interview that I'm doing with the great Mikkel. He's a great lo-fi artist in the music world. Can't wait to do that. And then we got the Mass Effect Legendary streams happening next month. And someone mentioned that earlier. We're less than a month away from playing that. I can't fucking wait. And I hope you guys are going to be playing it with me too. When I'm streaming it. Make sure you guys play ahead of me. Just kidding. I'm like, it's going to be interesting to do a lot of compare and contrast in that with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. And you guys might, like, I'm going to give you my full, honest-to-God opinion and truth on when I play it, and I'll let you know if I like these changes or not. It's going to be a fun experiment, and we're going to go through all 3 games as best we can. I'm going to try to do everything in those games too. Well, maybe not everything, just enough to get an idea of where the remaster treatment is coming from, right? So hope to see you guys then. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want to do some big streams of big sessions. Maybe like, it sounds pretty sweaty and neckbeardy, but maybe like 5-hour sessions, because I do want to progressively get through this kind of quick too. And 5-hour sessions might take a while too. Saul, what's up? Niko, have you played Spider-Man on PS4? It's kind of dope. Honestly, that's been one of the games I've been trying to get to. I played it for like an hour just to kind of get a feel for it and just test it out, because that's how I am when I buy games online. If they're on sale, I at least play it for a little bit just to get some mat time with it. And I'm like, okay, so this is what this game offers. And then I either keep playing it or I come back later because it's in the backlog, the catalog of catalogs, But I am going to get around to it eventually. It's on my to-do list. You know what I actually bought recently? Out of fun, I'm putting my knee up. Oh yeah, like the game is a lot of fun. Like Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes for sure, and I have played a lot of Spider-Man games in my day. I grew up playing. Let's see. The most notable one was probably the one on the PlayStation 1, or is that Spider-Man 2? I played Maximum Carnage on the Sega, on the Genesis. I think it was 4 or whatever. Yeah. trying to remember if I had anything older than that. Well, I did play X-Men games in general. I played X-Men Mutant Apocalypse a lot on the Super Nintendo. I was just like obsessed with that game. That game was fucking hard though. But that was good fun too. Anyway, you know what game I bought recently? I bought the Dot Hack GU series because it was only $10. I think it was $10. It was a huge sale. I bought it on the PS4, and I played the Dot Hack, the Infection series, the original one, and I'm sorry that those games have not aged well. And it's unfortunate they haven't gotten a remastered treatment. But the GU series got the remastered treatment, and they like released the 4th installment. It's not as long as the first 3 games, from what I read, but it got the remastered treatment and better resolution and stuff. And I dabbled with it for about an hour, and yeah, it was good fun. It was pretty cool. And all around, like all of those games got good reviews. If you look at the reviews for the original Dot Hack trilogy games, or the 4-part, whatever, the quad trilogy, the reviews get worse and worse for those games because, like I said, they have not aged well. Here's the thing, I like the sole premise behind it. I like reading all the mysteries and dark stuff that happens within this MMO game. I like reading the emails and stuff. They put so much fucking time and effort into the writing of those little side things you can do on your computer, because you can log out of the game and see what emails you've been getting from friends or messages and what's going on in the world. There's even legit cutscenes and stuff. I'm like, whoa, this is fucking cool. I spend a good 30 minutes looking through all the emails and stuff. And I mean, you don't have to, but it's just fun to learn more about that world. And I'm like, that's some awesome context there, some world building. It's really fucking cool. And even when you log into the game, there's still emails and forums and stuff. People are talking. It's great. So Saul knows where I'm coming from for sure. And yeah, I'm gonna play that. Unfortunately, I have so many. Here's the thing. I have more role-playing games I gotta catch up on than games I've just bought for different genres. My RPG backlog is pretty long, unfortunately, but I'm just a sucker for great RPGs, So I'm trying to be good until Mass Effect Legendary Edition comes out. Because guess what? The Nier Replicant game came out, looked pretty interesting, but I didn't buy it. I still gotta beat Nier Automata. I was playing that quite a bit last year, but I didn't beat it. There's Biomutant that comes out next month, which it comes out after Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I can't get that because I just want to play Mass Effect pretty much. But Biomutant was something I've been actually waiting for a long time, but they went hush-hush for a while. But yeah, May's not a good month to play any other game for me besides Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So unless there was one more thing. Oh, and then that the Hood game, Outlaws and Legends. That game looks like a lot of fun. But it's $30, and I think it comes out the same day as Mass Effect Legendary Edition comes out. I'm like, yikes, you picked a great day to release that game. But that's a game where it's multiplayer only. It's PvP, so you don't really have to worry about playing stories so much, and trying to get through 90 hours of a game playthrough. Yeah, so it's just like one of those mindless games you play. But yeah, Biomutant, that game will be cheap in no time at all. Nier Replicant, that'll be dirt cheap, no time at all. Outlaws, Hood, that's already $30, so that's something it's whatever. I got the original Nier for PS3, never been open. Ooh, that's kind of cool though. Yeah, Nier Replicant looks interesting, but I like the way it looks, the aesthetics and the gameplay and stuff. It looks neat. I like that world that they built, that Toy Box has built. But I gotta go back and play Nier Automata on the PS4. I got Game of the Yora edition, which a lot of people bitched about because it's like there's no like DLC disc, I guess, and it's just all codes and stuff. They're like, this is stuff that they just could have done originally when the game released. I don't know, some stupid transparency thing like that. Whatever, I'm not too big on that. I guess they wanted just a specific disc for DLC. I'm like, I don't care, whatever. But you know, it does come with a disc for the main game. It's a lot. That game's a lot of fun though. It's pretty cool. Very. I can see why people like this game. And I kind of also see why a lot of people can't beat it because it is a very long game, and you do multiple playthroughs because you can play different main characters, and I'm like, holy balls. But hey, it'd be a great game to just stream the fuck out of one day or something, or just get back into it. Get back into it. I've just been playing a lot of like PC stuff and playing on my Switch, because I can play my Switch on the side. PC is when I play games on PC when I stream and all that, but I don't have any set games to stream nowadays besides Mass Effect. That is the big one, and I'm just saving myself for that. Yeah, same, almost about Biomutant, but decided against it due to Mass Effect Legendary Edition releasing before. I'd probably wait to get it on sale later. Yeah, if Biomutant came out, shoot, I don't even know if it came out this month I would get it, because I just beat Yakuza Like a Dragon. I've had it since January. It took me almost 4 months to beat that game because it's pretty long, and I was playing a couple other games on the side too. But I'm so glad to have beaten that game. That game was great. So Saul, you're gonna think this is like a sin, but Bravely Default 2. I've never played any of the Bravely Default games. It just, hear me out. It just didn't stand out to me aesthetically. I'm a sucker when it comes to aesthetics when I play games, and we all are, of course, but especially JRPGs. I didn't like the aesthetics for it. I never really cared for it on the 3DS, and but I think it's cool they made a sequel and they put it on the Switch. Hey, kudos to the Switch getting another exclusive JRPG exclusive. I think that's great. It looked to be a lot of fun. But any big JRPG I'm playing right now is my fave, Final Fantasy IX. I've been streaming that. I streamed it last night. A lot of fun on the Twitch channel. So if you guys are ever wondering why I don't ever stream on the YouTube channel, it's just because I kind of just want to save the YouTube platform for like what we're doing right now and the NIKO show, and then anything like that fits the format of the NikoTheLegend channel. Like, that's why I'm going to be putting my entire Mass Effect Legendary Edition trilogy playthrough on the NikoTheLegend. It's staying there. It's going to be there for everybody to see. All the other stuff, it's like, it's like if I do any other game on my channel on NikoTheLegend for streaming, I just delete the video right after, It's just whatever. Put me in the mind of old Final Fantasy games. Oh, that's great. Speaking of old Final Fantasy games, like I said, been playing 9. I fucking love 9. It's my favorite JRPG, honestly, and my favorite game of all time. See, this is fun. Like I said, folks, if you ever listen to this on Spotify, it's going to be one of those, I'm sure you guys are going to be bored to death because this is such a free-form thing. Like I said, next week, go back to normal format. This is just like kind of like a celebration hanging out with NIKO and you guys. And that milestone has been reached. Oh my God. I can't wait to get to 1,000, folks. And hopefully, by the time I get to 1,000, I'll be able to start making money. Getting that monetization. Can't fucking wait. I don't care if it's like $1 a month or whatever you want to call it. Still making that profit, and I can't wait for it. It's been a long time coming. I can't wait. So, good question. What do you think of Final Fantasy 16 is going to be like? Well, I can tell you this much. I am glad it's going back to the medieval roots. Medieval fantasy roots. Makes me happy because I didn't like the world of Final Fantasy 15. I didn't care for the world of Final Fantasy 13. if we're going with just the single player outings, I actually did like Final Fantasy XII's world, but I hated 13's. I hated Final Fantasy 15's world, like in terms of like the themes and the themes they went with. I'm a sucker for the old school medieval fantasy stuff, so I'm glad that Final Fantasy 16 is doing that. But the problem is here, Soul, is that I don't know. It's like, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm sure you guys can understand. When you see a Final Fantasy game, you know which one it is. You know, if you're if I don't know if you're yeah, I guess so. I guess you would know some of them, but I'm talking about the aesthetics. Final Fantasy games back in the day had certain aesthetics to where you can just point out which one this came from. Final Fantasy X, boom, you can get that right away with Tidus or just what's going on by the aesthetics. Final Fantasy IX, boom, same thing. 8, 7, 6. 13, unfortunately, but 13 is like 12. You can tell 12 had its own unique, they all had their unique style and aesthetics to it, which is what I'm trying to say. And honestly, I think it ended with 12. 13 is very boring looking, very plain Jane. 14 looks pretty nice, but that, if we're going with single player outings, 15 is the same thing. It was just, just better graphics, but it didn't really have a unique art style to it. It's just, we just got nice character models. If that makes sense. 16 looks to be the same way. It's just the same type of art style like 15 and 13 were, but just medieval this time around. And I'm kind of bummed out about that, I'm bummed out. And it looks to be very down to earth, like very grounded medieval fantasy. Like what happened to where, like this is why I loved Final Fantasy IX so much, because that is medieval fantasy, but it's such a fucking like Willy Wonka, like going to Neverland or Wizard of Oz world, where you see all kinds of different like creatures and races and different. It was just so fucking weird how things were stylized in that game. Maybe that's why I didn't like Final Fantasy VIII too much, because 8 was pretty grounded. I hated 8. I'm sorry, folks. But Final Fantasy VII was a very different approach to the Final Fantasy formula, and it had unique tones and creatures and people. It was the first time that they actually went like kind of steampunkish. But anyway, like you could just tell from you can just tell which Final Fantasy it was. It was really great, just by the look of it. And I think that's fair to say. I missed that charm. That was like these games look very mundane and boring. Like there's no charm to them. I miss that in the old Final Fantasy games. I really do. But like Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6, 1 through 6, you could say they're like, oh well, they're same graphics, same overworld type, same movement and all that. It wasn't until 7 when it started to be actually different, but you can make an argument that it wasn't the same. But I digress. It's like they're trying to turn Final Fantasy into DMC. Oh yeah, that's the one thing least favorite thing about Final Fantasy 15 was the combat. I hated the combat. It was horrible. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. You're like from here and then there, and then I couldn't even see what was going on. I had to turn my camera to zoom out all the way. I still couldn't see what I was doing. It was frustrating because you're just kind of just button mashing the entire time. There was really nothing methodical, and also you can't. It's like, what was it? I forget how you control your party members or something. I can't remember. I don't remember. It played like Kingdom Hearts or Devil May Cry, and I'm like, no. I actually enjoyed the hybrid of like Final Fantasy 12, like the turn-based real-time combat. I actually really like that. But I'll always appreciate the standard turn-based. Or hey, you can do what Dragon Quest XI did. You can go with the traditional turn-based system, or you can do like a real-time turn-based. It still has random encounters, or the whole. you run into an enemy and you go into this stage and you fight, you take turns. But I like that in Dragon Quest XI, where you can have your teammates walking around when you're in that stage fight. Or I just had it old school. I just had them stand. We just all stood in a line together and fought. Yeah, I always appreciate that in JRPGs, but there are great RPGs out there that can do the JRPG like real-time formula justice. You just gotta do it right. Hold on a second. There's this one JRPG I've been wanting to try. What is it? Oh God, is it called Fate of Resonance? Someone in the YouTube, I'm sorry if I can't remember. It got a re-release recently on Steam, and it was like this steampunk game where it had a lot of it was a JRPG with like gunplay in it. God, I can't remember the name. Resonance of Fate. Yes. Was it you, Saul, that told me about this? Were you the one? Thank you for reminding me on that. This game has a 9 out of 10 on Steam. I do trust Steam reviews quite a bit. To me, I think they're the most faithful. Let's actually see how much it is on Cheap Show. That's a game I've been wanting to dabble in. A JRPG that I'd like to get to eventually. The cheapest it's ever been is $24, $24.49 back in 2019. But on Steam, it's only $35, which is actually pretty good. It only has 553 very positive reviews, which is interesting. But people like this game. People really like it. So I'm kind of... Is it on my wish list? Oh, I'm not signed in. Yeah. Hey, if you guys ever want to gift Resonance of Fate to me on Steam, my name is NikoTheLegend on Steam. Gift it if you want me to really try it out. I would love to stream it. Steep learning curve. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm okay with the steep learning curve. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I'd like to try it out because it got a 4K or HD remaster, which is cool. JRPGs aren't my kind of haunt. Yeah, JRPGs aren't for everybody, you know, because it does require a lot of patience in terms of just like reading dialogue or being in cutscenes for a while or going out adventuring, leveling up, you know, like the grind is real in JRPGs. That's just been something I've just grown up with my entire life, you know, is JRPGs. Actually, to be completely honest, my first video games were Mega Man and Mario. But I played JRPGs without even knowing, or role-playing games, as a kid. I think Illusions of Gaia was one of them. Now I say that, but I got hooked in Persona franchise. Well, you know, there's always that one game in the genre that you want to try out, that you like. I had a blast playing Persona 5. I still need to continue my Persona 4 journey because I bought Golden when it came out last year. It's been a very, very slow, methodical process, unfortunately. I do need to get back into that. You know, there's a lot of catching up to do with JRPGs for me. But hey, Resonance of Fate. Gotta try it out sometime. So, I don't know when, but we will eventually. We will eventually. Hey folks, we're going to do some closing statements here, so if you guys wanted to say anything left on the NIKO 900 subscriber threshold, let me know real quick. So guys, this has been the NIKO Show. We have just been hanging out, having a good time on the 900 subscriber special. It has been a pleasure. You guys have made this possible. It means a lot. Means a lot. It really does. And I can't fucking wait to get to 1,000 subs. Like, you guys have no idea how much I've been wanting to get to this fucking count. It has been crazy. It's been crazy. Big journey. Been really active on the channel since 2016. So 5 years later, we're going up pretty fast. Seriously. We started out the the year in the 700s, and now we're at 905. That's a pretty good rate for Niko the Legend. God, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what May brings us to the channel, because, like I said, that Mass Effect Legendary stream. Oh, I'm hoping to rake in some new people to hang out and get to know, get to know you guys all about it. It's gonna get even better from here, and yeah, you'll definitely see a 1,000 subscriber Niko special. I might fucking just start drinking booze at that point, eating a pizza, because that's gonna be a huge one. So, quick reminder. I'm Niko the Legend, also known as the Well-Mannered Teenager, the Snowflake, the Rambling Idiot, and Vigil. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Discord, Twitter. Feel free to join me, and on Spotify, and just type in the NIKO Show. It's gonna be great. It's future plans are gonna be great. So if you haven't already, check out those platforms. I like to see you guys in those. Get to know you guys some more. And next week we're doing our special NIKO Show podcast with the great Mikkel. If you guys ever need to know his music, hear his music, I play it all the time in my questing soon, my pre-show stuff. It's that low-fee greatness. So hope to see you guys there at that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, folks, I have been your host, Niko the Legend. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to go grocery shopping now. Here we go. Exciting. See you guys later. Don't fret, I'll be back to give you more of Niko. Why can't it be so to call me by my name? Please, friends, sing my song, for I need all of your help. I see so much greatness, you guys are all heroes. You are not alone. We share a strange